Hey, this is Hans, and it's time for the Ramen Rater's Top 10 South Korean Instant Noodles of All Time, 2017 edition. Alright, 2017, so yeah, quite a few noodles this year. I think about this time last year I was around close to 2,000 reviews, and now I'm over 2,200, approaching 2,300. So yeah, a lot of reviewing done this year. But anyways, yeah, let's get things started and see how South Korea did. So number 10 on Myun Veggie Noodle Soup, and this is one that was on there last year. I really like this one because it's kind of like, it reminds me a lot of Shin Ramyun. However, it's vegetarian. A lot of people really like vegetarian stuff. Personally, I like meat, but what's neat about this one, it's just got a really clean and smooth kind of taste to it. The noodles are very nice, but the broth, it seems like the flavors of like the vegetables that go into making this broth really come through nice and clean and smooth and almost crisp. It's just really good and works really well. So yeah, awesome, love that stuff. Number 9, Samyang Foods Cheese Curry Ramyun. Okay, so this was a cup, a guy named Colin. He's been sending me tons of instant noodles from back east. Gotta say thanks, man. I really appreciate it. This ramyun it's a cup, and I really hope they make a pack version of this, because it's just like, it's cheese curry, and it's really nice and smooth and nice. It makes your all your gutty works, your insides just like nice and happy. So it's definitely a worthwhile endeavor to find this one. I'm hoping they make at least a big bowl version of it. So Samyang, if you're listening, please make more of this stuff. It's great. Your other stuff's great, but I really like this one. So number 8, Nongshim Jawang noodles with Chajang sauce. Chajang. Yeah, so it's like every year I do a list like this, and somebody's like, "Oh man, you're just massively destroying the pronunciation of all these things." And honestly, I was thinking, you know what? I should make sure I know how to pronounce these things when I do this list this year. And that was about a half an hour ago, and now I'm recording, so bear with me. It says down below, so you can read it, but yeah, I'm just a white guy from the Northwest, so But anyways, this is like a black bean kind of noodle sauce, black bean sauce, nice thick wide noodles. It seems like there's kind of a little shift, kind of a polar shift in the Korean ramen market. They went with like a more hearty kind of noodle. So there's a lot of varieties that are featuring that now. A lot of brands too. So this one is really quite good. Really good. Jawang, Chajang. Anyways, so yeah. Number 7, a long time one on the list, and previously on my big top 10 list, Paldo's cheese ramyun. Cheese noodle. It's cheesy. It's got that little happy guy winking on the front of the pack. It's like, I'm cheese, eat me, come on, yeah. So it's like a basic ramyun without the cheese sachet, and you add that to it, and it just kind of, it's like the difference between an action movie and then like some funky soul music, I guess. It's like you're going for something that's kind of like edgy, and then just like smoothing it on out, giving it that nice little bit of cheese hit. So if you've never tried cheese on your instant ramyun, you should give it a try. In fact, a lot of, usually like beef varieties, some like sprinkled cheddar, some like Velveeta or Kraft singles, processed cheese works really good. Any cheese that melts really quick Mozzarella actually works really well. It gets all stringy and goopy and gloppy. It's good stuff, and it really gives it kind of more creaminess, because if it's a super melty cheese, it just kind of melts into it and gives it that kind of creamy taste. So yeah, it's good stuff. So all right, number 6, Nongshim Champong noodle soup, spicy seafood flavor. And this is a new one from them. Again, this features those really nice thick hearty noodles. It's got a good little bite of heat to it, good seafood flavor. What I kind of like about Champong is that you can like throw all that seafood you got, kicking it in your ice box in there, and just liven things up. Really good with like some fish cake, mussels, shrimp, fish balls, whatever you got that's fish and seafood. It works wonders. Yeah, so I really like this one. Best Champong I've had yet. Number 5, Paldo Rabokki noodle. So there's Ramyun and then there's tabaki. And tabaki are like these long, thin tubes. They're made from rice, and they're kind of chewy, and they're really good. Well, Rabokki usually is served with or tabaki rather, is served with a sauce that's kind of thick, sweet, full of gochujang. Yeah, so, well, the idea behind Paldo's Rabokki is that it's ramen with the tabaki sauce on it. And it's like, the only thing I can really liken it to is like adult SpaghettiOs. Like, the kids want it like sweet and a little bit salty, and that's fine. This stuff takes it up to a whole new level. Really tasty, really grubbing. Yeah, this is definitely the kind of thing you just want to chow down the whole thing and, yeah, throw caution to the wind. Cheese on this one, not so much. However, going to the Korean grocery and get some tabaki and throwing that in with it, bingo. Yeah, maybe some egg, maybe some what do you call it? Kamaboko, some fish cake. And now we're talking. Yeah, maybe some Busan fish cake. All right. Getting down there. This is the top 4 now. Number 4, Nongshim Jinja. So hard to find these days, especially in the U.S. I don't know. Hopefully they're still making it. This one has kind of a little bit. When they sold it here, they marketed it as flamin' hot and nutty flavor, because it has a sachet that has like kind of like peanut powder and some black sesame seeds. And the other sachet gives the broth a nice spicy hit. So it is flamin' hot and nutty. And yeah, I've always liked this one a lot, and it's really good to add stuff to, but it's kind of a standard ramen, except it's not, because it's pork flavored, more pork based, and that you don't find so much in South Korean varieties. Most of their stuff sticks to either chicken or beef, and more strongly they stick to beef. That's just like their favorite. So number 3, another Nongshim Chal Bibim. So there's a lot of Bibim on the market, and basically it's cold noodle, and you add this liquid to it, this sauce, after you've cooked it, rinsed it drained it, cooked it, drained it, rinsed it with cold water. And you add the sauce in and you stir it up, and it is awesome. I love this stuff. And the one thing I liked about this one was just the sauce just seemed fresher. It just had more of a crispness and bite that I really liked about it. It's kind of like a very edgy kind of taste. So yeah, good one. And number 2 on the list. Last year it was number 1. ChoripDong Hurricane Rice Cake. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's just rice cake, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, it's got ramen in it, and it's got tteokbokki in it, and it's got that sauce. And I tell you what, that stuff is awesome. Super awesome. I've never seen it again. I got it at a grocery store nearby here. I've never, ever seen it again. I'm truly bummed about that. It's like a big bowl, and it's good stuff. Again, it's kind of like the adult SpaghettiOs. It's got the nice chewiness of the tteokbokki. It's got the nice noodles, and just that sauce. It's spicy, sweet, and thick. So it all works together very nicely. It's super cool. Well, that leaves us with number one, and yeah, I'll tell you what the number one is. So the number one this year is Paldo Budae Jigae. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck is that? And it kind of translates to troop stew or army stew. So after the Korean War, the U.S. left a whole bunch of rations over there and said, hey, yeah, go ahead. You can have these. We're not going to bring them back to the U.S. You guys in Korea, you can enjoy them. So what they did is they took all these rations and they, of course, did a kind of fusion with their own Korean cuisine. So in Budae Jigae, you have there's hot dog bits in there, and there's a sachet that smells like the hot dog vendor in a big city. It's just like this thick hot dog oil. But and then there's beans, like pork and beans kind of beans that are in the dehydrated mixture, and then they do really well. I added all sorts of the stuff: spam, summer sausage, hot dog, beanie weenie. Yeah, there was like a whole. Mac and cheese, like macaroni noodle, that kind of pasta. They put that in this one too. I mean, there was tons of this stuff that I added, but it came with tons of this stuff too. So it's just a really interesting thing and very innovative. And I'm sure, I mean, obviously it's been around for ages, but I've never tried it in an instant noodle form until a guy from Paldo sent it to me. And thank you so much, man, because it's been a bear for me to get any new varieties from South Korea. I really want to explore everything from South Korea. It's been like, for the last 3 years, it's been just a really slow trickle. And the other day, actually, I found at an H Mart nearby, I found like about 6 or 7 varieties that I've not reviewed yet. It's like there was a huge onslaught of like Champong and more Budae Jigae and more of the Fire Noodle Challenge noodle varieties. All of those came in one foul swoop, and it's just like, man, you know, why couldn't that come out like, I don't know, 6 months ago when I would have time to review it? But c'est la vie. Next year. Let's see what's going on. Well, we have a new president. I'll leave that alone. Feel the burn. Other than that, the Ramen Rater Select noodles should be coming out pretty soon. I'll keep you posted. I'll come out with a whole video all about it. This is actually going to be my own personal line of instant noodle products, and they are the bomb. So yeah, trust me on this one, folks. If you like my picks, if you like my reviews, if by what you've read, all my reviews and my picks, you agree with them, you're gonna love this stuff. You're gonna lose your freaking mind. You're gonna be like, wow, that's cool, really awesome. I want all of it. Give me all of it. So anyways, so yeah, it's another year for South Korea, and hopefully next year, or during this next year, I'll be able to review a lot more varieties. The ones that I reviewed this year were quite good. There were a couple on the list of ones that I've done last year. I think I've done like about 350 reviews since my last list came out. There were some rice noodle varieties from South Korea that I was debating over whether to put on this list, but then I decided, you know, maybe those are just best left to the rice noodle list, because rice noodles now have their own list. And yeah, so that's kind of how I roll. Yeah, so anyways, happy day to everyone, and yeah, this has been the Ramen Rater, wishing you enjoyment with your noodle products. And if you like this video, click like, and if you want, subscribe. Find all your friends, hold them down, make them hit that subscribe button. All right, have a good one. Bye.